everybody, and welcome back to another Pokemon Challenge video. Last time, I asked the question, could you beat Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky without ever fighting? That video was really interesting and a ton of fun to make. I highly recommend checking that one out. Done watching this video. This week, we're gonna continue down the lines of regions, doing our unique Pokemon solo runs. We've done Stonjourner in Pokemon Sword, Dhelmise in Pokemon Ultra Sun, and this week, we're gonna see if you can beat Pokemon Y, only using a single Heliolisk in battle. This region solo run was chosen by you guys. Last time, I left a poll pinned down below in the comment section with a bunch of Kalos Pokemon for you guys to decide from for this week's Pokemon solo run. So always be sure to check the comment section for a pinned poll, or just leave what you want to see in the future on this channel in a Pokemon Challenge video down below in the comments. One day, I might get to it. One thing I'd love to ask of you guys before we jump into this challenge is if you find yourself enjoying this video at any point, it would really mean the world to me if you took just a few seconds, click the little thumbs up down below. Turning it from gray to blue helps the channel out so much and tells me you guys are enjoying what I'm doing so I can keep doing it in the future. And if you want to see more videos like this from me every single week, maybe even consider subscribing as well. It's completely free and I love seeing more of you guys join the community. And only about 20% of you guys that watch these challenges right now are subscribed to the channel. So, like I said, it's free, only takes a few seconds, and I'd love to see and meet more of you guys here in the future. With that being said, can I beat Pokemon Y only using a single Helioptile and then Heliolisk in battle without any items? Let's jump right in and find out. Helioptile and Heliolisk are the generator Pokemon, and both are the only Pokemon with a type combination of normal and electric. We'll be starting this adventure with a Helioptile, and evolving it when I get the ability to do so. The first Sunstone I can access is in Shallower City, right before Karina, so we'll have a Helioptile until then. Looking at Helioptile and Heliolisk's stats, we can see that they are really frail, with extremely low hit points, attack, and defense. But they make up for this with really high speed and special attack. Last time during the Dhelmise run, I mentioned how speed is everything in a solo run, since Dhelmise is really slow. We'll be able to test that theory for sure with Heliolisk, with that 109 base speed stat. Taking a look at the moves they learn, we can see a decent variety of moves. However, aside from being able to learn Surf, almost all of the good special moves are electric type, which could be an issue. But we also see a really unique and useful move in Parabolic Charge. This is basically a slightly better electric type Mega Drain, and aside from these two, only Dedenne is capable of learning this move. Helioptile and Heliolisk are also the only Pokemon with 3 possible abilities that are all affected by 3 different weather conditions, being Dry Skin, Sand Veil, and Solar Power. So depending on what ability our Helioptile has, maybe we'll get to see some weather play. As for the rules of this challenge, we're gonna go with the usual. I'm not allowed to use any items in battle. This of course excludes any kind of Pokeballs, and any held items are also fair game. The Helioptile and then Heliolisk that I have prepared is the only Pokemon I'm allowed to use in battle. I can catch and use other Pokemon for progression with HM moves, such as Strength, but only Helioptile and Heliolisk are allowed to fight. I'm not allowed to use Pokemon of me past 2 hearts, or use Super Training to get an early Sunstone. And this challenge will begin the moment I catch my first Pokemon, as I can't trade my shiny Helioptile over until I have 2 Pokemon. If you'd like, comment below and let me know if you think I can do this challenge. Personally, going into it, I think it'll probably be one of the easiest challenges I've done so far. But who knows, unexpected challenges will always arise. And of course, I appreciate it so much if you click like and subscribe if you do end up enjoying this video. So with all that out of the way, let's jump right in and see if I can beat Pokemon Y only using a single Helioptile and then Heliolisk in battle. I begin my adventure as a young boy named Dimitri and choose a baby Froakie so our main rival eventually has the fighting type Pokemon Chestnut. We then catch a Pidgey and trade Froakie for our professional lounge lizard, my shiny Helioptile named Greasy Sweet. I run immediately to the first gym. Since both of our Pokemon are weak to electric, I felt it would be pretty easy to steamroll down. Her Surskit goes down with 2 Thundershock uses, but Thundershock is going to take 4 hits against Vivian, and she heals up with a potion, so since we can't heal, we inevitably go down. I go fight a few trainers and get Greasy Sweet leveled up a bit, learning the move Charge in the process. Charge raises our special defense and doubles the power of our next attack if it's an electric type move. By using this, Surskit's bubble does very little damage, and we're able to take Surskit out with 1 Thundershock. Thundershock does slightly less than half to Vivian now, and with another charge boosting our next Thundershock, that's enough to finish Vivian off, learning Mud Slap in the process, getting ourselves the Bug Badge. 1 down, 7 to go. We skate our way over to Lumiose and have a battle with the Professor using our newfound ability to slap mud. This lowers the foe's accuracy, which can help us survive longer fights by dodging moves. This isn't the only time we're gonna use the sand and mud to our advantage. After watching fireworks on the balcony of the Parfum Palace with Shauna alone, we run away from Snorlax and her, Shauna, and make our way to Ambret Town to be with the girl with a brain, Serena, and then head to Helioptile's homeland, Route 9, into the Glittering Cave to fight some Team Flare grunts. So I take what I said about Serena having a brain back. She's dumb. We have a multi-battle with Serena and 2 Team Flare grunts, and Greasy Sweet gets knocked out immediately by their fighting types. But it's fine, she has an Esper. Nope, she decides to use Light Screen instead of Psybeam. Genius level play, Serena. I teach Protect to Greasy Sweet to try and stall out a turn, and then Esper takes out Krogunk before going down. We do get knocked out, but it doesn't lose us the fight. Serena eventually manages to finish the Scraggy off, and we can move on. We get to choose a fossil, and of course I do pick the better of the 2, and skate for the last time over to Silage City. It's the last time because we finally get a much better transportation method, a bicycle. The next gym is a rock type gym. A lot of these Pokemon simply overpower our little Helioptile right now, so I fight a bunch of trainers surrounding the city and get Greasy Sweet to level 25, learning the move Parabolic Charge. While I can't use items in battle, I can heal a little bit of health back each time I use this move, and it's stronger than Thundershock. And make our way to Grant. He has both of the fossils for this region, Amora and Tyron. Mudslap does very little damage to Amora, but by lowering its accuracy, I hoped to avoid all of its attacks and charge it down. But like all gym leaders, he heals, and I'm not doing enough damage at this point to make the Mudslap strategy viable. As if he hits me just 2 times, we're dead. I get up to level 30, but that's as high as we can go until we beat Grant. And that's as high as I'd be willing to go either way. But upon looking at Helioptile's level up moves, I see he learns Bulldoze at level 35. While that's too far away, you can actually buy the TM for Bulldoze back in Lumiose City. Our attack stat is really low, but it's still stronger than Mudslap at this point. I start the fight with Bulldoze this time, and Takedown luckily misses us, even without the Mudslap. I use Mudslap this time, which gets a critical hit and brings Amora to red, as I get hit with a Rock Tomb. But because Bulldoze is lowering Amora's speed, we're still faster. Grant uses his Hyper Potion, and I use Bulldoze again. I then use Parabolic Charge to heal us up a bit, and with another Rock Tomb miss, we're almost at full health for his Tyron. I Mudslap Tyron immediately, and to my surprise, we're still faster than it, even after a Rock Tomb. It misses me with Rock Tomb twice, and Bulldoze and Mudslap finish it off, getting ourselves the Cliff Badge. 2 down, 6 to go. It's time for our 3rd gym battle already, versus Karina and her Lucario. Oh, yeah, this isn't a gym battle, just an exhibition match? Friendly competition? Regardless, it's 2 strong fighting types versus my tiny Helioptile. But just like with Grant's Pokemon, they're both weak to Bulldoze. So I start with that and Mudslap to lower their accuracy, as Lucario uses Swords Dance. Really, that's fine, because if I get hit anyways, I'm in big trouble. We take the first Lucario out, and in comes the second. This one we're speed tied with, as it goes first the first time when I use Mudslap, and I go first the second time when I use Bulldoze. Luckily, it misses its second power-up punch, allowing Greasy Sweet to finish it off. Next time Karina sees Greasy Sweet, he'll look much different. But first, we have the Tower of Mastery, and a fight with our rival Serena. And this is actually a major roadblock for us. She leads with her Meowstic, who completely walls Greasy Sweet, She confuses us with Psybeam, sets up Light Screen, and takes virtually no damage from any of our moves, especially when the Light Screen is up. And on top of that, she has an Absol and Aquilidin in the back. I come up with a really fun plan. It's actually quite similar to how we overcame the Totem Marowak with Dhelmise. First, I go fight almost every trainer I had skipped, and sell every item I have. This gets Greasy Sweet to level 36, and also is able to get us 50,000 Pokédollars to buy the TM for Sandstorm. See, our Helioptile has the ability Sand Veil. This boosts his evasion by 1 stage when in a Sandstorm. I also grabbed the Eviolite in town to give his defenses a little boost. Since I can't use items in battle, anything that prolongs our Helioptile's life goes a really long way. I start by using Thunder Wave on Meowstic as she puts up the Light Screen as usual. She stays paralyzed, and I summon the Sandstorm. I got rid of Bulldoze for the move Return. While we have really low attack, Return is still really powerful and it gets Stab. This allows us to 2-shot Meowstic with the help of the Sand. Absol comes out next and lands a critical hit Quick Attack, but the Light Screen wears off and we finish Absol with a Parabolic Charge, healing up the damage Quick Attack had dealt. Her ace Quilladin comes in, and we do the same thing we did to Meowstic. Thunder Wave and resummon the Sand. Quilladin lands a Needle Arm, bringing Greasy Sweet to red, and I go for a not very effective Parabolic Charge to prolong our hit points some more. Bite takes us down to 9 hit points, and I use Parabolic Charge one more time, as it thankfully stays paralyzed. We finish it off with a lucky critical hit from Return, once again using the weather to get what I want. That's Rain, and now Sand, used in a challenge run of mine. What's next? Sun? Now that we've defeated Serena in the Tower of Mastery, we can give the intriguing stone Tierno gave us prior to the battle to a hiker in Shalor City. For this stone, he gives us a much more important stone, the Sunstone. This isn't the sun that I meant, but it's definitely welcome. By using a Sunstone on Helioptile, our little Greasy Sweet evolves into Heliolisk. Now we're really gonna be doing a lot of damage! Let's see just how much damage against the fighting type gym leader, Karina. She leads with her Mean Foo and fakes us out, but I heal it back with a Parabolic Charge, which almost is enough to one-shot Mean Foo. However, Power Up Punch doesn't do too much to us, despite our weakness, and we use 3 more Parabolic Charges to take it out and get fully healed back up, while Karina wastes all of her Hyper Potions in the process. Next is her ace immediately, being Hawlucha. While we're weak to fighting, it's weak to electric, and we take it out in 1 Parabolic Charge, leaving only her Machoke left. It doesn't even use a fighting type attack on me, and we're able to take her out with 1 final Parabolic Charge, getting the Rumble Badge from Karina. 3 down, 5 to go. We get the HM move for Surf, and like I mentioned before, Heliolisk can learn it. Some power water type coverage is going to go a long way. We surf on over to Coumarine and fight Serena once again. Didn't we just do this? Either way, Light Screen or not, we've got Heliolisk on our side now. I summon the Sand and Parabolic Charge her whole team to the ground. Next up is the Grass Gym. Ramos leads with Jumpluff, who is a grass type who doesn't resist electric, so Parabolic Charge is able to do over half. And then I set up the Sand for good measure. 1 more charge takes Jumpluff out, and in comes his ace, Go-Go. I taught Return again over Bulldoze, since Bulldoze isn't getting anywhere through these grass types. And ironically, his Go-Go uses Bulldoze on Greasy Sweet, but we managed to survive with 18 hit points and take Go-Go out. Surprisingly, we still outspeed his Weeping Bell, even after our speed dropped 2 stages, and just take it out with 1 Return. There's the Plant Badge. 4 down, 4 to go. We head south to the worst route in all of Pokemon and clear a bunch of Team Flare Grunts from the Kalos power plant, including an admin and Aliana, and make our way full circle back to Lumiose for our 5th gym challenge against Clement. I swap Return for Bulldoze once again, but that won't be of use against his lead Emolga. I go for Surf, just knocking Emolga out in 1 shot, and a Heliolisk of his own comes in, his ace, a Man of Taste. Real talk, is every challenge I do going to have an important trainer using the Pokemon I'm using? Gordy had Stonejourner, Acerola had a Dhelmise, Clement has Heliolisk, Anyways, we take his Heliolisk out with 2 Bulldozes, and his only uses Thunderbolt, and his final Pokemon, Magneton, comes out. We can't knock it out in one shot because of its ability Sturdy, but we do once he runs out of Hyper Potions. Getting the Voltage badge. 5 down, 3 to go. And Voltage indeed, because our electric power just went way up as he gives our Heliolisk TM24 Thunderbolt. Now we're really about to shock people. We head over to the Lysander Cafe to meet him and Sycamore, and Lysander gives us a King's Rock, which is always a useful item. On the way to Laver City, we have to fight Serena once again. She has the same 3 Pokemon, but this time her Quilladin has evolved into Chestnut. Thunderbolt's enough to 2-shot it, however, and it doesn't even use a fighting type attack on us, just Seed Bomb. And we make our way to Laver for our 6th gym challenge versus the Fairy type user Valerie. Surf 1-shots Mawile, Thunderbolt 2-shots Mr. Mime, and Thunderbolt 2-shots Sylveon. Wow, what a difference Thunderbolt makes! That's the Fairy badge. Only 2 to go. Greasy Sweet and Dimitri clear out all the Team Flare Grunts at the Pokeball Factory and in the Frost Cavern, and we ride Mamoswine over to Anastar City. And look who it is! It's Serena again! This time she has a 4th Pokemon, but it's just a Vaporeon, so not much has changed here. It's hailing in Anastar City, so after using Parabolic Charge and Meowstic, we set up the Sand. This will give us some evasion and stop us from taking damage every turn from the hail, as Pokemon who aren't the right type don't take damage from a weather condition if they have an ability that benefits from it, such as Heliolisk and Sandveil. Her Chestnut comes in and still goes for a Seed Bomb over a fighting type move. Thunderbolt only did about 1/3 this time, so I used Parabolic Charge the 2nd time to get some health back, and it misses its 2nd Seed Bomb. Vaporeon comes in and just as quickly goes out to a Thunderbolt, and the same can be said about Absol. Time for the Anastar City Gym. Olympia's the Psychic type gym leader, but 2 of her Pokemon are weak to Electric. We 1-shot Sigilyph with Parabolic Charge and Slowking with Thunderbolt, only leaving her Ace Meowstic left. 1 Thunderbolt is all it takes, getting us the Psychic badge from Olympia. 7 down, only 1 more to go! But before we can head to Snowbell, we need to stop Lysander. Our first fight with him is a breeze. Thunderbolt 1-shots Mienfoo, Gyarados, Murkrow, and then Surf 1-shots Pyroar. And Xerosic is the same. His Crobat and Malamar go down to Thunderbolt, and the second Lysander fight went the same as the first. Mienshao or no Mienshao? Thunderbolt 1-shots Yveltal, but we have to catch it to continue with the story. So 1 Master Ball throw later, and it's time to stop Lysander once and for all. Mega Evolution or no Mega Evolution? Greasy Sweet cleans him with Thunderbolt and Surf, and we make our way to the rival bridge. Shauna, Tierno, and Trevor, back to back to back, without healing in battle or between battle. If anyone can do it, it's Greasy Sweet. Shauna leads with her Delcatty, and we summon the Sand. Parabolic Charge takes Delcatty out in 2 shots, and in comes her Goodra. Thunderbolt does very little damage to the tanky Goodra, and it has the move Earthquake. Earthquake cleans us before we can take Goodra out, and even if we manage to make our way past Goodra and Shauna, Tierno leads with a Talonflame who has Quick Attack, finishing us off. The next try, Goodra goes as bad as it went in the past, but this time I use Parabolic Charge on Shauna's Delphox, instead of 1-shotting it with Thunderbolt. Even after it hits me with a Mystical Fire, I have more health than I did before using Parabolic Charge, which was enough to have Talonflame not use Quick Attack. We then take Talonflame out in 1 shot with Parabolic Charge, healing back to almost half health as his Rose Raid comes in. Thunderbolt's gonna be a 2-hit KO in Rose Raid, and Petal Dance takes us to the red. But luckily, Tierno's Ace is a Crawdaunt, allowing us to get back a ton of hit points with Parabolic Charge, knocking it out, and leaving only Trevor to remain. Trevor leads with a Raichu, which Surf takes out in 2 shots, and its Florges comes in. And while it has a massive amount of special defense, a lucky critical hit with Thunderbolt allows us to 2-shot it. And its final Pokemon, being an Aerodactyl, goes down to 1 final Parabolic Charge, allowing us to reach Snowbell City. I ride my way over to the Pokemon Village and bring Wulfric back to his gym so we can get our final badge. He leads with an Abomasnow who summons the hail with his ability Snow Warning, but I can't have that, so I bring on a weather of my own with Sandstorm. 2 Thunderbolt uses coupled with the sand brings Abomasnow down, and out comes his Cryogonal. Just like with Goodra and Florges, these things have a ton of special defense, but Thunderbolt flinches it, with the second taking it out. The Sandstorm stops as his ace Avalugg comes in. These, unlike Cryogonal, have very low special defense, as Thunderbolt kindly shows, getting rid of it in one shot and getting ourselves the Iceberg badge, our final badge from Wulfric. It's time for the Pokémon League! We enter Victory Road and meet up with Serena for the final time. This time she has yet another new Pokemon, but it's an Altaria. Not much of a threat for Heliolisk. We cleared through her team like we've been doing, and her newly caught Altaria comes in and goes down to 2 Thunderbolts. That's it for Serena, once and for all. It's time for the Pokémon League, with the first being Malva, the Fire-type user. Surf one-shots Pyroar, Torkoal, Talonflame, and Chandelure, and Thunderbolt does the same to Sebold's Clawitzer, Gyarados, Barbaracle, and Starmie. But Drosna was a bit of a struggle. She leads with Dragalge, who likes to use the move Sludge Bomb. If this poisons me, we won't have enough hit points to beat her team. I make an interesting decision here, and I finally decide to get rid of the move Parabolic Charge. I don't think I'll need it against any of the remaining fights, and Return would be much more useful for Drosna, and I need Sandstorm and Thunderbolt, and I can't get rid of Surf. For Drosna, I start by using Sandstorm. This, plus a Thunderbolt, allows for Return to finish it off and leave us in pretty good shape, as long as Poison Point does not poison me. Next, her Druddigon comes in. It has the move Revenge, which if it lands, will knock Greasy Sweet out. Thankfully, it misses due to Sand Veil, and Return is enough to 3-shot it, with her healing once in between. But the rough skin damage has really added up. Her Altaria comes in and Thunderbolt does over half, but she lands a Sing, putting Greasy Sweet to sleep. Drosna heals her Altaria and uses Dragon Pulse on us while we sleep. I wake up afterwards and bring Altaria to red with Thunderbolt, as it thankfully uses Cotton Guard, and in comes her ace, Noivern. Thunderbolt does in one shot, but luckily we survive with 8 hit points remaining, finishing Drosna off once and for all, only leaving Wickstrom before the champion. He leads with his Klefki, who goes down to 1 Thunderbolt, and since his Probopass has Sturdy, I break it with Return and flinch it in the process. By doing this, he won't use an item to heal, and Surf then finishes Probopass off from there, as his Aegislash comes in, who survives a Thunderbolt and blasts us with a Sacred Sword, which does well over half of our health. But luckily, 1 Thunderbolt is all it took to finish his Scizor off, only leaving Champion Diantha left. She leads with Hawlucha, and I changed Greasy Sweet's moves to Return, Surf, Thunderbolt, and Low Sweep. Thunderbolt one-shots Hawlucha, and next is her Goodra. Goodra has Focus Blast, which doesn't do as much as you would think, but we need all of the health we can get for her remaining Pokemon, and it dropped my special defense in the process. 2 Return uses take out Goodra, and luckily her Tyrantrum missed a Head Smash, which would have knocked us out. Low Sweep and Surf take it out, and in comes her Aurorus. Low Sweep being 4 times super effective against it makes quick work of it, and in comes her Gourgeist. All of my moves are either resisted or just flat out don't affect Gourgeist, but thankfully Thunderbolt's enough to 2-shot it, and it only uses the move Trick or Treat on me, which makes us a normal, electric, ghost type, which does nothing, with her final Pokemon and her ace being her Mega Gardevoir coming in. With our special defense lowered, if we don't one-shot Mega Gardevoir, we're done for. But when we needed it the most, Greasy Sweet blasts Diantha's Mega Gardevoir with a critical hit Thunderbolt, ending Champion Diantha's run. With that, we are the Kalos region's next Pokemon League champion, and we just beat Pokemon Y, only using a single Heliolisk in battle, and we have won this game! Well, what can I say? I guess that was a really good break from the monstrosity that was the Delmise video. There were almost no struggles that entire run. I guess Heliolisk just completely destroys the Kalos region. Overall, I had a ton of fun with this video regardless of it being super easy, and they won't all be this easy, so a little break was pretty good. I do think that this would be possible with only Helioptile and not evolving it, it just would have required a ton of overleveling, and I guess Heliolisk at the end of the day just sped that process up by quite a bit. Anyways, guys, as always, it really means the world to me if you click the like button down below, leave a comment, anything at all, and even subscribe to the channel if you are new and have not done so already. I love making these videos, and I'll be honest, I'm the type of YouTuber that's constantly refreshing my comments, constantly refreshing my subscriber count. Anybody new that joins the channel really makes a difference and makes my day that much better every time I see a new face. Also, if you want to support the channel further than just leaving a like or subscribing, like I said, leaving a comment down below, anything at all, also goes the same amount of distance. I love talking with new people and faces each and every video. I normally do Pokemon Challenge Let's Plays such as the Wedlock Challenge that Maryland created, and recently I started doing a Pokemon Challenge video just like this one every single week, Saturday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last time I did a Pacifist Challenge on Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky that I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and you can find a link to that over here. And if you want to see more Pokemon challenges like this, and not necessarily just that one, there's a playlist for all the challenges I've done, including this one, that can be found over here. Anyways, guys, with all that out of the way, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys next week for another Pokemon Challenge video. Until then, thank you so much for watching!